Blessings, everyone. My name is Jess Martinez, CEO and founder of Somebody's Auntie LLC, and we're back with another video. I am also here with Roe, who's making a guest appearance right now because he just can't help himself but be in my way. I love him to death. So today we are going to continue with the Everyday Auntie conversations. I have been connecting with some amazing business owners over the last few weeks, and we have somebody else who's going to be joining us today for a discussion. And we're just going to talk, see how everything goes. So I'm going to bring her on, okay? So just give me 1 second and I'm going to add her to the stream. Hi, Salimah. How are you?
Good. How are you, Jess?
I'm good. I'm good. So you can introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, tell us all about your business, and then we can get started.
So, my name is Salima. I am the owner and operator, creator, hand maker of my of my candles. It's a one-woman show for right now, but I have a candle company named Urban Glow, and I'm based online primarily, but I do pop up all over New Jersey. And I started my business in 2019.
Congratulations on starting your business, and
Thank
you're
you.
killing it, mind you.
Thank
The
you.
candles smell amazing, just as amazing as you. And you're also somebody's auntie, right?
I am actually not a biological auntie, but
That's
listen, I am a godmother of six.
yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
yes, so
I'm glad
I
you
have the
bring this up.
auntie. Yes. So we can't discount the god mommies. They're
Yes.
technically aunties.
They are. Okay, so I'm glad that
Yeah.
we're going to talk about this because this is a very common misconception, and I make sure I
Mhm,
make this very clear when anyone shops with me or I talk about the brand. You do not have to be blood related to be an auntie.
mhm.
Auntie are also by assignment. If you are influential, if you're a leader in your community, if you have got anything, you know, your teacher, your mama, your, whatever you're doing, you are an auntie. And so I'm happy that you brought that up because you definitely are still somebody's auntie, okay?
I'm a lot of people's aunties. And I can't even say little people because they're actually big people now. My
Yeah.
oldest goddaughter is 21 now. So I can't even, I can't wrap my head around it. My godson, he just turned 18 last year. So
Oh
I've been in
wow.
this auntie game for a long time. They're my babies. They're my babies. I love them to
Yeah,
death.
that's beautiful. I love how you just said how they're getting so much older. Yesterday was my niece's 18th birthday. Like,
Oh,
what
wow.
is going on? How did you get so big? You know what I mean?
I know. She's getting bigger, you're getting younger. So what is that? And that's what I say. Like you're getting older, but I'm getting younger.
Yeah. What has it been like, being an auntie or godmom, however you want to identify, but what has been your favorite part about it?
My favorite is just watching them grow up, because that's just it. It's just amazing. Even with my own kids, like my son, he's 14, and I
Mhm.
have godchildren that are around his age, and just seeing them all come up and play together and grow up together. That's the thing that just warms my heart. Like
Yeah.
I just love that part of it, and then also me and my baby mamas. That's what I call them. My friends, they us just doing motherhood together. Like that's what I love the most about it. Yeah.
I love that. My favorite part is definitely watching them grow up as well. That's like, it doesn't top anything. Just watching them
Mm-mm.
grow up is the best.
Yeah.
And to that the tribe just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We just keep
Yeah,
on welcoming
bigger.
babies, and then they turn into, kiddos, and they're teens, and now they're adults, they're off to college. You're like, what's going on?
I
Driving, you're like, oh, what do
know.
no,
Wow.
are you really driving? Like, yes, they are. What did they like think about your business when you launched it? Did they say anything or anything like that?
some of them don't pay it any attention. It's just like, whatever. But I know deep down inside they're proud.
Yeah, yeah, that's all we want to do. Make them proud.
Yeah.
Make them proud for sure. I love it. Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, of course. I saw you live with Mael Organics, and it was just amazing. I definitely did have some questions. I wanted to know like how you got your brand started, and I know you mentioned something about nonprofit work that you wanted to do. So those are things that I was just curious about when it came to your brand, because it's not just about I'm somebody's auntie. It's like I'm somebody's auntie and I want to make an impact too. So that's what I was really like curious about.
Oh, well, thank you for watching the live. First
Yeah, of
off,
course.
that's
Of course.
sweet. So my business was I started it in the pandemic, just like you, pandemic, which is also, something when you kind of like shut off all the noise, you like look for purpose, you search. And so when I was in that quiet place, just chatting with Holy Spirit and just searching for what exactly He wanted me to do, and just searching for purpose and passion, He gave me the business idea, but He also downloaded like a really much bigger picture, which was doing the nonprofit work. And so I'm still putting it all together, obviously trying to raise money for Auntie Raising Orphans. But the idea of it is to actually put some dollars behind aunties and aunt figures, right? So you don't actually have to be an aunt, but if you're taking in someone else's child, because we need group counseling. So like if you, I don't, a lot of people talk about how like their aunt raised them due to whatever serious thing happened in their life. And so
Right.
really needs to be counseling for both the adolescent that's getting introduced into like this new environment, and then also the aunt who's now supporting this child, because at the end of the day, if someone passes away, if somebody has a medical concern, if somebody's no longer a fit parent or is incarcerated or whatever it is, they're grieving too, and you have to grieve and also show up every single day for that person. So I really want to incorporate counseling and then support group by Aunties for Aunties, which is what I'm really, really excited about. So having a support group where aunties can really talk about the very unique thing that they're experiencing, because it's not something I think everyone is going to understand. And then also money, right? If you're taking in a child, that's
Yeah.
another
It's
mouth to
called.
feed, shoes,
Yeah.
you need phone bill needs to be paid, you field
And
trips.
depending on their age, childcare, before,
Exactly.
aftercare, daycare. Oh my God, I can't even talk about that one.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
really ultimately the big mission and purpose. And so what I'm how I'm setting it up is that anytime somebody shops with somebody's auntie, part of the profits are going to go to Auntie's Raising. So anytime anyone shops with somebody's auntie, they'll be supporting the project.
Hmm.
And so I found a physical sponsor. So anyone who makes a donation, it'll be like a tax write off for them. So all the money's moving properly. It's not just going into like some weird bank account. It's all done. Well, I'm one of those, like,
Right.
I do by the book. So that's kind of what it is
You
right
have.
now. Yeah, getting it up and running, and then I hopefully I can help at least 10 families to start, and then from there it'll grow on. It's the plan.
Okay. Listen, you doing the work out here. And it definitely the support is needed in situations like that too. So
Hmm.
I think your brand is pretty unique. Like I've never heard of anybody supporting aunts or caregivers. Just because aunts are caregivers essentially. When a
Hmm.
mom or a dad can't step up, usually auntie is right there, and that's my position in
Hmm.
my godchildren's life. We all don't live in the same state. They live in different states. Some live in California, you got Atlanta,
Hmm.
you got Carolina. Like my kids are all over, right? But when I'm needed, I'm there. If I have to step in any way, hey, you have a home to always come to. So I think that's the position of a good auntie. That's what we do. We support, not only financially but emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
physically. We show up. Even something as simple as showing up to a school play or just
Yeah.
calling in and say, "Hey, how was your day? How was your game?" Like that. That stuff mean a lot to kids because you still have to tap in with them too. So
Right.
the work you're doing is very important. So that's what I was really excited about when I heard you live. How everything is just
Thank
funneling into something else. Like it's not just stopping at somebody's auntie. It's donating too.
Yeah, the big picture. I come from
Hmm.
the nonprofit world, so it's very important for me. Like when I first started the business and it was just, oh, t-shirt, hat, all the stuff. I'm like, Lord, I don't get it. Like, how is this going to bless people? Right.
Right.
And, as I continued to really pray, it all came together. And so I don't doubt for a second that you're the person that is always there, that gets called on, that shows up. It's not a doubt in my mind. I know it to be true. And I also can't take
Hmm.
credit for this idea because it genuinely is just me being obedient. Like I can't say, yeah, I came up. It is one of a kind, right? Like it's the first.
It
So
really is. It really is. I've never heard of a company. No, not at all. I've never heard of somebody catering to aunties, specifically. So I've
right.
never heard of it. Definitely, you got something one of a kind going on.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So keep
Yeah.
pouring
Just
into it.
keep me in prayer as I as I build it
I
up.
definitely will. Definitely will. And it's crazy how we met. Like just random. So I don't think anybody knows like the backstory behind that one. But
You
we
share.
met
You
at a
share it.
Shopify event and
Mm-hmm.
over what tea. We were trying to figure out and that's much how that's it. But I just feel like even after that, like you definitely make a conscious effort to stay connected and get lost. Social media is like, okay, follow
Hold
me
on. I
and
think you're
and and you really don't do anything with it.
I think
Am
you're
I still
cutting up.
on or
I think you're cutting up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. We're good. Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
okay.
Well,
Yes, yes. Can you start
I don't
over?
know where I don't know where I left off. No,
You
you tell
the
me.
the last thing I heard was we met at a Shopify event.
Yeah. So we met at the Shopify event. I was just giving everybody the backstory on how we connected because it wasn't something that was just, it was kind of random, I guess. We met at that event. So, it's pretty like random. If I didn't go upstairs and try to get some tea to warm up, I wouldn't have met you in that setting. I know you were going around and speaking to everyone, and just trying to get to know and connect with everyone. But I don't know, it was just something like, all right, what do we get? Tea or latte? Trying to figure that out.
Right. Yeah, no. I definitely enjoyed how we met as well. Just because I think you were trying to get your drink, but you also were like, my table, I need to get back to my table. I was like, I'll
I'm
bring it down for
working.
you. Yeah, you were like, I need to get down there. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll bring you down the tea. It's funny. A couple people thought that I worked at Shopify just because of like how I was interacting with people. People thought I worked there. I was like,
Really?
no, I
You
don't.
did give off that vibe. You did. So Shopify, listen, tap in with Jess. She could be a part of
Oh,
the community.
yeah. That's so funny. I had like three different people tell me that. Like, yeah.
Hmm.
One guy, I was walking, I was the first night, and I was like, "Oh, are you coming back tomorrow?" Because it was a 3 day event, and so I was there each day. And
Yeah.
this guy was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, come back tomorrow." He's like, "Is there gonna be food?" And I was like, "I think so. I don't know."
He asked me, like, you're a part of the catering service. Like, what?
Yeah, like, just
I
give
don't
us.
know.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny, and I absolutely loved your booth and your setup. You have everything just
Thank
looks
you.
so good. Can you tell me more about the candles?
So I offer at least over 12, maybe, yeah, it's about 12 different fragrances within the
Wow.
different collections. So I have a signature collection, and with that, I infuse essential oils. You have your eucalyptus and
Mhm.
lemongrass and bergamot, all the things that just make you feel good and comfortable and relaxed. That's aromatherapy. That's what it's supposed to do. And
Mhm.
then I have my classic collection, It's more like fruity and woodsy, and I try to have fun with that one. And then I have my Night Glow collection. It's out there, like certain people who have a particular need for like larger candles, because with that
Mhm.
one, multi wick candle, and it's in a, it's in a nice container, so it's a really big candle. And with that
Right.
one, you're pretty much setting off the ambiance. You can use it for a dinner party. If you want to just set it up on your fireplace and just light it up
Right.
there, like that's what it's all about, ambiance. So that's what my branding. That's the story behind my brand. Is peace, is relaxation. It's something that'll help you tap back in with yourself. That's my primary focus. Make my candles, and what I like to offer people too. I want you to feel good when you light it. And have a beautiful aroma. Did I cut off again?
A little bit, but I think I heard aroma. Where I think I understood what you're saying.
Yeah,
Can
so I mean that's the main thing. Peace and comfort and relaxation and just having beautiful fragrances throughout your home. That's my main goal when I'm creating the candles, and when I'm selling them, because it's not all about just like making a quick dollar. Like I really want you to experience what I feel when I light it.
Yeah. What can I ask you a question? What has been your favorite thing
You still
about
there?
stepping into can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know what's wrong with our connection today.
Not really. Not
What's go
really.
what's going on?
I
Hey,
think that
what's
stepped
going
on
on?
mic. No, I'm joking.
My my cat's really trying to play right now. My Wi-Fi says, let me see what my connection says. Um I'm good. How about you? Is your connection okay? Yeah, maybe not. Can you hear me now? A
I
little
can hear you
bit.
now.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with the
Yeah, just kind
connection.
of going in and out though.
So, can you tell me what your favorite part so far has been about starting a business, or maybe your least favorite part as well? Favorite part and least favorite part about entrepreneurship.
The favorite part is finding my purpose along the way. When I started making candles, I really didn't expect it to snowball into what it is right now at all. Um, so that's definitely my favorite part of it. The hear what the cat. So I'll just keep going because I don't know
Keep
if you can
going.
hear me or not. But that's my favorite part of the candle making process and how I began, because I began out of a place of hurt and confusion, and just trying to find comfort in my own life. And when I started creating them, it just made me feel good. I would sit in the house in my kitchen and mix and listen to music, and that's how I decompress at night during that time. And amongst other things, but that's pretty much how I decompressed at that time. And it just, okay, well, let me just start creating a business out of it. So that's what I did. I created a business. I started out with 3 candles, and like I said, now I have over 12. So that's my, and to have that 3 years ago, because I'm actually celebrating my 3-year anniversary tomorrow.
Yay!
So it's on, yes.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So April 1st is 2020 is when I launched. So it'll be 3 years of being in the business. And my favorite part is where it is right now. Like it's growing. I feel like every day is just gaining momentum.
Mhm.
And when it comes in with the work that you put into it. So if I had a least favorite part, I don't know if I have a least favorite part, because I feel like I fell into my purpose. I really
Okay.
do. Maybe the least favorite part of it is sometimes the grind, and that's why I try to pull back on how much I grind out so I can enjoy the moments that I have. Like all you keep on moving and moving and going to the next thing, you can't really enjoy what you've actually achieved. So I'm learning to pull back on things a little bit so I can enjoy these moments where I don't have any least favorite moments or feel aggravated or annoyed because, oh my God, I got to do this next event. No, I've been moving with a lot of intention now, so I don't have that feeling. So I don't really have any least favorite parts. I love it. I love it.
And I'm not mad at that. That's good. I love that.
Yeah.
Like
I love
you
wait, I do have a least favorite part. I do. When it comes time to do my tax stuff.
oh,
I
you and me both. You and me both. Them taxes.
oh my
Listen, I
God.
always get an extension. I always get an extension. I need more time every year.
No, I never take the extension. I'm like, no, I need it done now. But then I wait until the very last minute. So then that's my least favorite part. Yes, that's one thing.
That's
Oh my
fair.
God, that's a headache. Yes. So, but I
Yeah.
just I love what I do. I love it and I love what it's turning into. And I'm just excited to see where Urban Glow will go. Even 1 year from now. I feel like every year is a different adventure and a different level that it's reaching. So I'm excited about that.
Well, you know what I really enjoy is just how always like positive and happy you sound and you are about your business, because I think that that's such a beautiful thing. Your face lights up. You're
Mhm.
so proud of what you've created, and you've created so much in such a little amount of time. And I really enjoy that because your passion really comes through as you speak, and I think that's important to point out, the grind
Thank
of it
you.
all is, yeah, the grind is definitely one of those things where it's like, oof. But when you're working towards a goal and you're happy towards working for it, it's like, this is,
It's
I'll
not
do it.
work.
I'll stay up. Yeah, I'll do what I got to do. Let's figure this out,
Right.
because it brings you joy, happiness, peace. So that's really good. And do you want to, before we close out, do you want to tell us about your events coming up? Because I know you have, is it a candle? Can you tell me more about, is it a candle making class on Cinco de Mayo? Like, what exactly is happening on
So
there?
I have a couple of things coming up. So, in 2 weeks, on April 15th, I have a vision board party coming up. That event is taking place in Jersey City.
Okay.
So, I've collaborated with another artist on that. So, that's April 15th. And then I have something scheduled for the 27th, but it's not confirmed yet. So, I won't say anything just yet about that one. But that, if that does come to light, it'll be a women's networking event. Like I just attended the event yesterday, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So I'll wait until it's actually official and say something about that one. But on Cinco de Mayo, I'm having my first candle making event. So if you want to come with your girls, your date, you just turn up and have a good time. It's at a distillery in Jersey City.
Mm-hmm.
So it's at Corky Distillery. It's on May 5th at 7 p.m. All the information is in my bio on my Instagram page. So I'll leave that, towards the end. I guess you'll ask me about that. But so yeah, so it's a candle making event. So I'm not teaching anyone like one-on-one how to like start their own candle business, anything like that. This is all just for fun. So if you want to come in and create your own candle, you can come and do that on that day.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice. I'm hoping that I can make an appearance, because I mean, I have work, but hopefully after work I can hop over to Jersey City. I got to see.
Oh, forget
7.
about work. Don't go to work. Listen, don't go.
Listen,
Don't go to work. Don't go to work.
I'm, I'm working hard so that one day I don't have to go to work.
Uh-huh. I think we all, and that's the entrepreneur like dream. Like I can quit my job and but that's not the reality. And um
Right.
yeah, I know at first, when I was, smelling myself a little bit, I say, yeah, I'm gonna just do this and hopefully one day I can. Now I'm like, no, I can manage both. Like I still work a 9 to 5, and it's not. I don't have a horrible job. Like I like my job, but I have the business, so it's like I'm living out my passion anyway. So I just
Mhm.
I feel settled in that. Yeah, but don't go
I
to work, girl. Go to work. Come hang out.
Don't go to work. Put it. Yeah, I
No,
should
don't go to
put.
work. No, what's work? Don't do that. No, don't go to
You
work.
are so funny. I'm really happy that you share that you still have a 9 to 5. I have a 9 to 5 as well. And I will say that it is wonderful motivation for me to stay focused on my business. I don't necessarily, I don't everything you do, I think you can learn from, right? And can get
Absolutely.
from. So I'm like fine with that. But
Hmm.
I also do think it's part of like the everyday auntie, like realistic, right? Like a lot of people you see on social media, they're like a day in the life, and then they make it seem like they just, it's just this, oh yeah, no, it's like, no, you get up early, you get yourself ready, you go to work, after work, you open your laptop, you keep working, you gotta, there's so much that you
Hmm.
do, um and that's such a beautiful thing. Do you have any tips for anyone who is balancing a 9 to 5 and being a full-time business owner?
I would say do not try to mix the two together. And when I say that, I mean just having hard cutoffs with your 9 to 5 and your business, not trying to work the business during your 9 to 5 or your 9 to 5 during the business. Like you have to completely separate the two because both requires a different type of focus. And if you start mixing and mingling things, then nothing will ever get done. So that's the one thing I can say about that. Having hard cutoffs with each one. If your 9 to 5 is literally 9 to 5, 9 at 5 o'clock, you cut that off, and then at 6 o'clock, because you want to give yourself some time in between the grind, right? So at 6 o'clock and on, start your business, your passion. But that's the one thing I can suggest. The other thing is just having that balance and the discipline, because even with having a 9 to 5, it teaches you a certain level of discipline, like you touched on, getting up early, making sure you're sticking to a certain schedule. Whether you work for somebody or work for yourself, you're still going to have to apply those things. So you might as well take the lessons from that 9 to 5 and apply it to your own business too, just to make sure it's as successful and you're performing as well as you do on your 9 to 5. So,
Yeah, yup, you're absolutely right. It's funny. So ever since I've been working, I used to always never leave work on time. It was like a thing. Like I could never get
hmm
out the door at 5 o'clock. And
hmm
so now recently I've been like giving myself like a hard cutoff, like trying to leave work at exactly 5 o'clock. And it's really funny because my team will be like, Jess, like they're looking at me like, is she gonna be able to leave on time? And I'm like trying to pack up my desk. Like,
hmm
however I can get out of here, I need to get out of here as quickly as possible because I have things to do. So I really,
exactly.
really love that. Yeah. And one thing I did do, I just got a Surface is what I'm doing this on, like a tablet that I can take on the
Hmm.
go, which has been a game changer for me just because I do live in the city and like, sometimes there's like a train delay. You could be you think you're gonna be home and you're not, like a whole hour goes by, and or I'll be
Hmm.
out on a go, and I'll be here and there. Now I can actually take out my Surface and I can do work on the go. So I'm like so happy about that. It's been a game changer for me.
Yeah, I have a friend. She recommended that laptop. I'm actually in the search for a new one, so that was one of the laptops I was considering. So
Oh, the Surface.
now that, yeah,
What's the other one you're considering? An iPad?
something Apple, but I'm not even in the Apple family when it comes to my phone. So I just don't see. I don't know. I'm Android out. So
Yeah.
so
No,
me
I
having an Apple computer, just I don't know if it would make sense having a Mac. See, I don't even know what it's called. Is it a Mac Pro or a MacBook? Like I'm in the Stone Ages when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, well, they
But
have iPads and they have MacBooks, and then the Surface is like it's like a detachable keyboard, so it's not a laptop, but
yes,
it functions like a desktop. So
yeah.
I was gonna get the iPad, but it didn't make sense practically. I got way more for less money with the Surface, and
Hmm.
you have more. You can do more on the Surface business wise than you can on the iPad. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. So I went with the Surface, but It's definitely a game changer. I was team Android up until like mid college, and then I switched to iPhone for the phone, but I still use I still use other, Dell desktop Windows for other electronics. Like I can do both. So I'm versatile.
Okay, yeah, some people are just Apple down, and I can't get with it.
Yeah. Okay. Low key though, one of the things I didn't like about Apple users, I felt like they were low key bullying people. I didn't like that. Where it was just kind of like if you didn't have an Apple product, like you couldn't sit next to
I
them.
get the Apple shade. I
Don't
get
be
it
trying
all.
to be bullying people. Like the Samsung phones are just as expensive as the iPhones.
Absolutely. I think all the cell phones are about the same price now. Like
They're
I to me, yeah, they're about the same price. So it really doesn't make a difference. It's just your preference. So I just prefer Android, and I'm in the market for a new laptop, so I'll definitely consider that one. I'm definitely considering that one anyway. So I'm glad you mentioned it because it was kind of confirmation again to really give it a look, a hard
yeah.
look.
Do it. You might
Yeah.
as well. I do. Before I let you go, though, I do want to talk about your hair. I can't not talk about hair. It's like my thing. Your
Oh, thank
your
you.
your braids look really good. Do
Thank
you
you.
get box braids often?
Well, I actually do my own hair, so whatever I'm inspired to do,
Oh,
I do a lot of things. I am kind of a jill of all trades. I can I can
me
kind of do a
too.
little bit of everything. Yeah. So yeah, but this I just installed it. I did the individual braids in the front, and then this is actually crochet. This is not even actual like
Wow,
braids. Yeah, girl. Thank you.
amazing. Looks
Thank
amazing.
you.
Okay, so are you underneath the crochet? What are
Yeah.
you natural? Are you relaxed?
Oh,
What are
I'm natural. I've been natural for about what, going on 12 years now. I had a car
okay?
accident about 12 years ago, and that's what kind of forced me into it because my shoulder was separated. So I couldn't like sit under the dryer or have my head, in the salon you have your head back and they're washing your hair. I couldn't do it, so I just had to leave my hair as is. And by the time I realized that I didn't need a relaxer, I never got it again. And I never needed a relaxer. That's the crazy thing. Like at that time, I know you probably never had one, right? Like were you in
Oh
that phase?
no!
Did you
Oh,
have one?
I had many.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so surprised. So
No,
did you do a big chop, or you just kind of like cut like little by little?
yeah. So I didn't do the big chop.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I've been natural for very very long time. So I stopped relaxing my hair in middle school, but I was still straightening it, and then I stopped straightening my hair in college.
Hmm.
I completely stopped straightening it. But yeah, I've definitely don't understand why we needed them. Like when I was growing up, like it was just like the normal. So, but
It
now that
was.
I'm like, why did we even do? They made it seem like you couldn't even get a comb through. Like, it was like,
Yeah, it was like, but the thing is, depending on which salon you went to, they made you feel like that. I don't want to call out specific salons, but they made you feel like, oh, I can't do your hair because it's hard to comb through. And it really wasn't. All you had to do was just wash it and blow dry it. It at minimum, that's all you had to do. And like now that like I've been doing my own hair for a while because I couldn't afford to like get my hair done every week, every 2 weeks. I just didn't have it like that growing up. So I had to like figure something out. So I just started doing my own hair along the way. But that's all we needed was a simple like wash and blow dry if you wanted it straight, and not even a hot comb because that was extreme. Like looking back on it. Oh my God. I mean, it does get your hair really straight. Like if you really want your hair straight and silky, definitely a hot comb will do it for you. But was it
yeah,
necessary? No, because it messed up your curl pattern. And like anything that's gonna mess up my curl pattern now, I'm crying. Like I don't want my curls taken away from me. So
yeah,
outside of this, I wear my hair curly. Like I'm definitely a curly girl. It's like a short curl. It's not even like I wish it would like stretch, but it doesn't. Like yours is like curly and flowy.
Mine is this is
All that
stretch.
beautiful hair, and I mean, y'all got to see it in person. It is a sight to see.
It's so I appreciate that. No, so it's stretched. Most of the time people see my hair stretched because I don't do the wash and goes. That like I haven't done a wash and go in like probably like 2 years. But I'm gonna start. As soon as this channel hits like a certain amount of subscribers, we get monetized. I said I was gonna do a wash and go. But my hair is usually always stretched, so I completely get it what you mean. I feel like
Mhm.
I'm walking out the long curly hair just so I can like just so other people can see it. I personally enjoy having long hair, but it is a lot of work. I'm not gonna like lie to people and be like, yeah, it's so easy. Like I'm used to it, so
No,
I
it's a
prefer
lot.
it. But it is a lot of work. But I would rather do my own hair than go to the salon because
Absolutely.
they don't know forgive me. I'm gonna say they don't know what they're doing when it comes to
No,
the
don't.
long hair. It's just like it's ridiculous the how they make you feel. And I think at some point in time we are going to start have to call out hair salons so that they'll actually stop doing this to people. I just watched the video. This girl was like crying because she had
Mm.
such a horrible experience at the salon. But I specifically remember this one story
Hmm.
where I went to the salon and I was getting my relaxer and they have like the like the kids one. It's like just what is it like
Just
just
for
me,
me.
just
Just for
for
me,
me.
right? Yes.
And so they put the box in and then they were like, she has so much hair, we have to put two. And they put two boxes in my when I tell you I'll never forget this. Never
And
ever
wait,
forget.
and your hair or wait,
They put two
yours?
because I had so much hair that one box it didn't cover all of my hair. So they put two and then that was kind of like the cycle. So every time I would go to the salon and get
Mm.
my hair done, they would do the relaxer, they straighten it, and then it slowly it was pretty long, but then it started to break off, obviously. so
Right. Oh
so
my God,
yeah,
I'm shocked. I had to close my mouth just now because I two boxes.
laughing about it now. But isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah, and then I remembered, so then I would go there to like get like a trim or something, and they're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
here we're just gonna cut the dead ends," and my hair straightened was like to my chin, like they would like chop all my hair off, and it was like just the dead ends, and I'm like, "You
You
guys are
know,
giving haterades, man."
and that's the part that's why I had to stop going to salons too. I only go to specific people to get my hair trimmed because that's the
Mhm.
only time I really straighten my hair is when I'm trimming my hair. But I
Mhm.
only go to one person. I don't go all over because people get scissor happy. They'll like say, "Oh, we're just trimming," and they give you a full-fledged like bob by the time they're finished.
They
Right.
love
And
the
it like yeah, and I understand like some people here, it is broken off to a point where like you may need to cut a little higher depending on what you're seeing, but I feel like you could ease a person into it. You don't have to cut off their hair like right away because they're not comfortable with that. So it's about communication too. You can't do that to somebody.
I agree. I agree. And I trim my hair myself. So
Oh, you
I
do? Okay.
I show it on the channel like after wash day. I do my four braids. I line them up. We'll have I just get some hair cutting scissors. You don't have to get an expensive pair, and but
Mhm.
don't use regular scissors obviously. And I just cut them. I cut them while they're in braids. Line the two back braids up. Line the two front braids up and I'm done. I don't straighten my hair to cut it. I know that there's this new thing, well, it's a newer thing where they do like the diva curl, like diva cuts where it's like they cut your hair while it's curly. And
I'm
for
scared
years,
of that.
I know
Oh,
for
I'm
years I say
scared.
I'm gonna do it and I don't do it
No.
every time. But
You know
I
what? You gave me an idea. You gave because I was like, wait a minute, I could put my hair in braids and cut my hair. Like 'cause I've been trying to figure out a way to trim my own hair, and you just gave me an idea.
yeah, you
Oh,
just if you line it up down the bottom and you do your braids, you just trim them. It's going to be symmetrical. And if you wear your hair curly and it is a centimeter off, nobody's going to know. You're not going to know. Like,
I'm doing it. Like you shouldn't have told me that.
oh, let me know how it goes. I will say though, I will say that I do have a one friend who like she'll try to do things by herself and it doesn't end up well for her. Like she kind of her eyebrows, and like her eyebrow will be like missing. I'm like, what did you do? Like how? And so if
And it's
you know, just
hmm
for anybody watching, if you know you don't do well with scissors or tweezers or wax, just take a
don't
deep breath. Just take a deep breath, take your time. Maybe ask
don't do
somebody
it.
questions before you go and you do it. But if you feel comfortable with it, why not? And I
You
do
know,
save a lot of.
I
Go
am
on.
one of those. I am one of those. Even with my eyebrows, I stopped getting my eyebrows waxed like God, since 2000, probably seven. Like that was probably the
Mhm.
last time I got them waxed. Because I had an experience where somebody, went too far. It was like paper thin. So I said, you know what? Let me learn how to tweeze my own eyebrows. So that's what I did. Like for years, I would just tweeze them, and now they don't really even grow back. That's how much I tweeze them. But they're in a shape that I like. So yeah,
That's good. I don't. Yeah, I would. I definitely did my own eyebrows this time around because sometimes you gotta have a good eyebrow lady. I get them threaded. I don't do wax. It makes me break
yeah,
out.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I even to the point you were making about how you didn't have you couldn't afford to go to the salon all the time.
Mm-mm.
I love that because it's something else about being natural that I don't think people fully like. I don't think it's like clicking for them. It's like I've never
Mhm.
worn a wig and I've never spent $500 on a wig. I don't have to buy hair. I don't have to do any of those things. So I'm saving so much
You're
money.
saving a lot of money. You're saving a
So
lot of money. But
much money.
sometimes
Like
you want a different look, but it does not take $500 to get there. All you need
yeah.
is a good YouTube video and some, cheap quality hair. And
Yep.
listen, I do it all. If I want to sew in and I want my hair straight, I'll do that
Mhm.
myself. I'll buy the hair, braid it up, and I put it in. Like anything I want in my hair, I can pretty much do. So
Yeah.
yes, so ladies, learn how to do your hair. Like it'll save you so
It
much
will.
money.
And it'll
Yes.
bring you joy too. There's
Yeah, because you're doing it yourself.
it's a very good feeling to be able to like confident be like, yeah, I can do this on my own. And like it takes practice and time. I will say I remember when I first started doing my hair, and I was doing like these really ugly braid outs. They look so bad. Now I can laugh about it, but it was trial and error. Like I had to at least start. You have to start, even if it's bad, you have to start. Same thing with business. Like you don't know what you're doing maybe at the beginning. You just have to start. If you have a dream or an idea, you have to start. Same with hair.
Yeah. Yeah, and even I'm laughing because when it comes to business, like even my social media page, like you can tell, like if you scroll down to the beginning of it, it's like real amateur. I didn't know what I was doing, like with the algorithm or like posting things to make it look aesthetically pleasing. I didn't know all that nonsense, but I feel like once you start, then that's when you start doing things that you have to do things that feel comfortable with you, first of all, not what everyone else is doing. Um, Right. Yeah, you got to find your own lane and then just kind of, and then it builds up from there. So if you don't know what you're doing, you can fake it until you make it just for a little bit and then build up and create what you desire. So,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I love that. And I also know you've tapped in with some really awesome agencies who've been helping you get your business to the place where you want it to be. I definitely recommend education from people who know what they're doing, who've done it before, and who are able to actually bring you to where you want to be. I think when I first started off, I was approached by a lot of like the internet mongols who were like, yeah, I'll show you how to do this and I'll do this and I'll do this. And I didn't learn as much as I could have in by doing those things. So now I've had to like circle all the way back and like now I'm like actually enrolled in like the proper courses to like learn what I need
Mhm.
to learn. So
And you have to stay open to that too, because you don't know everything. I don't care how much you think you've accomplished. There's still something else that you may need to learn from somebody else who's more experienced. So I'm just thankful to stay open and find different opportunities to grow and to learn. And you mentioned organizations. I actually received a certificate from the what is that? The Bank of America Cornell University program. So they they have a women entrepreneurship program there. And
I'm
then
taking
I'm
it
also
right now.
you are, yeah. So it was really good. But now I'm in the Goldman Sachs Black Women in Business program. And let me tell you, like every day that program has my mind just in a different headspace. Like I haven't even graduated yet, and I'm already like, all right, I'm ready to apply everything that I'm learning, all the resources that I've gained so far. It's definitely helping me move in a different direction when it comes to my business. And their goal is for you to take your head out of being a founder and really being a CEO of your company and scaling it.
Love
So
it.
every day my mind is just somewhere else. Like it's where it was a month or two ago is not where it is right now. Like I'm on go right now, but intentionally, because every move that you make has to mean something. It
Mm-hmm.
has to mean something. So yeah, you have to stay open to education and just learning from people and actually taking on a business mentor, a business advisor that can teach you things. And then also too, you pour into that person too, because there's some knowledge that you may have that you can drop on your mentor or advisor. So
Right.
yeah, I highly recommend that. Highly recommend it. And you're in the Cornell program right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
like the fourth mod, so we have like four more mods to go, something like that. I
Okay.
think there's like eight. So yeah, and I'm in the Goldman Sachs. I think it's like 10,000 women, so I have to finish that
Oh,
as
you're in
well.
that program too.
That one, yeah, yeah. But
Oh, okay.
I'm not in the black one. I'm in the women one.
Huh? The 10,000 women in business? Is that what it?
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm already enrolled in that one. So once I finish these two, then I can step into the whatever else the Lord has
Mhm.
learned. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
because there's so much out there. There's so many resources out there. You just have to look for it. And
Mhm.
sometimes that stuff just falls onto your lap too. Like that's how the universe work. You're looking and then you kind of stop, relax, and then boom, it just fall right on your lap. So you gotta stay open.
Absolutely. So we are almost at. I don't want this to go too long because then people might not want to fully watch it. But to
Well,
close
we've been on here long enough. Yes.
yeah, to close out, I guess you could just tell the people where they can find you. I am gonna be linking everything in the bottom. You can send me whatever other links you would like for me to put in the bottom, but just tell the people where they can connect with you, and yeah, we'll be good.
Okay, so you can connect with me on Instagram. So that is Urban Glow Brand, and that's GLO, no W, brand. And then the same thing for my website, urbanglow.com, urbanglowbrand.com. And I listen, I'm very personable. I don't bite. If you interact with me on Instagram, I'm the one who's responding and talking to you. I don't have anybody, a marketing company running my Instagram. So it's just me. So that's how you can connect with me.
Love it. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. I enjoyed our conversation. And I pray that everyone is well. Anyone who watches this, whether it's now or later, you guys be well. Please stay in touch. Check out Urban Glow's website. Check out somebody's auntie's website. And we will be back in very, very soon with more videos and more content. So don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Okay. Bye.